versus Nicki Minaj is something crazy.
This is crazy.
This shit right here, nigga. This shit right here, nigga.
Yet again, Nicki Minaj and Cardi B are fighting over album sales and throwing the lowest of blows on Twitter.
And then she comes for Culture again. She says, Culture, Vulture, you ugly too. Now, Culture is 7 years old. That's fucked up.
Bitch, I just wish you would find somebody else to play with.
There are some people who are on Nicki Minaj's side with this.
This team Nicki over here.
Nicki Minaj made Cardi B bow down and kiss her ring and kiss her feet.
And on the other hand, you have a lot of people siding with Cardi B.
You pressed over a bitch that's over 10 years younger than you.
She is dead ass motherfucking wrong. She is envious as fuck because her time is up.
As a black community, we gotta hold each other accountable, right? Especially how we look on social media.
Fuck that, nigga.
When they go low, I take it to hell where the lava is at.
You know, I knew it was gonna get taken to a whole nother level that nobody would be able to get control of.
Cardi's
comebacks were medieval.
Impeccable, baby.
No, she says she mad because her son is tiptoeing around and his favorite color is 5.
Oh, shit.
Cut the cameras.
Back with another episode of Music for Breakfast. This is the most important man you'll ever hear. I am your host. I handle bars alongside my music friends.
What's up? It's Kia, aka KC.
Yeah, what's up? It's your girl, Real Roulette, and I'm gonna talk to y'all just like my man, the immortal, the legendary B.I.G. when he said, "Come on, motherfuckers, come on!
Come on! Come on, motherfuckers! Come on, motherfuckers, come on! Come on, motherfuckers, come on!
Yeah. We ain't afraid of y'all. Just like Bernie Mac said,
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
The barbs, garbs, all of y'all. Bring that ass here, goddamn.
Oh, shit!
Wait, before we get into it, y'all know what y'all need to do. Hit the like, subscribe.
I drop them likes like it's hot.
Welcome and welcome back, y'all. We are Music for Breakfast. We are a thought-provoking independent media platform intertwined by music to match the vibe of each and every episode. This cultural conversation is based off opinion, but it's based off the facts because we are coming with the facts to the function. What we talking about today, Tay?
This past week has been the most diabolical week of 2025. From Cardi B, from the album dropping, from Nicki, from the kids, baby, to the Sean Combs sentence and what's going on.
To the complete government shutdown. Like, what's happening right now? We are protesting ICE and in war with our own country. This week has been nuts.
This week has been like an ass whooping from Joe Jackson.
But we are talking about Cardi versus Nicki on this episode. Check the next episode that will drop ASAP. That will be dedicated for JT because she had a whole diss track.
But Onika, you know, in the lot of posts I've seen on social media, ma'am, we gonna give you 2 easy wrap up sum ups for what you going through right now, sister, and that is a hit dog gon' holler, and it take a bothered bitch to bother a bitch that ain't bothering with you.
Preach! Tabernacle!
Barbs, get into that. Coming with receipts and timelines. If you are too young as a barb, because I've been seeing a lot of y'all doing your think pieces, and I'm gonna talk to you like a grown adult. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even got to do the shades. We ain't even got to do be shady or none of that. We gonna give it to you raw, uncut, okay? Like Nicki likes the snow. So I done seen a lot of y'all playlists, okay? And first and foremost, if an apology to Lil' Kim ain't how we finna start, go sit your little Similac smelling ass the hell down, okay? Now you not old enough to be in this conversation, Bookie. Okay.
But some of the barbs are older too.
But because we have to hold old people accountable for being old. Like, a lot is going through, especially old celebrities. And I say old very lightly because old is subjective. I'm just talking about the older tenured people in Hollywood. Because I just know if somebody be like, oh, who's you talking about? Oh no. Old in Hollywood, old money, old artists are realizing that they're looking at their predecessors. And I don't know how they're able to manage that in their mind. And this older generation finds it really hard to apologize, to honor, or congratulate anybody in the younger generation that is doing something or similar in their lanes. So I say it's an old person syndrome, old celebrity syndrome, because you can't apologize. You can't say good job. You want people to bow down and kiss your feet when you ain't dropped nothing in about 2 decades. This is a new generation. These are new kids. Like you said, the young barbs, y'all need to back because y'all don't know the old Nicki. Y'all don't know the old Cardi. Like, it's an old people syndrome where you just gotta let them go. Like, let's let the evolution of time happen. It's over for you. It's done.
Well, it started at the top. Tuesday.
As of the last few days, Cardi B has been celebrating the success of her latest album, Am I the Drama? This was one of the screenshots that she posted to Instagram that says that she is the first female rapper in history to debut her first 2 albums, so in a row, on the Billboard 200 as the #1 album. This is another screenshot that she posted. It reiterates the same point and also states that she's the only female rapper in history to have all of her albums sell at least 200,000 copies the first week. It seems that Nicki did not take kindly to this as she started tweeting out some really shady stuff. Now, the tweets I'm about to show you, they're gonna be out of order only because Nicki has since deleted all of these tweets, so I was just grabbing from like the screenshots I could find online. Although I promise y'all, you're not losing any context that they're not in order. These are the tweets that I believe started it. Nicki Minaj tweets out $4.99 in reference to Cardi B's album selling for $4.99 right now, and she says ABCDEFG rap like Barney still ugly. And this is a clear reference to Cardi B's song Magnet, in which she says ABCDEFG, these bitches can't fuck with me. And that lyric is a direct shot at like the Barbs, who often say that Cardi B is an ABCDEFG rapper, meaning her rhymes are like super simple. There's no technical ability to her raps and her rhymes. She calls Cardi B Barney B and then again tweets out ABCDEFG and says Cardi B has a heavy tongue. She continues ABCDEFG, pregnant, play with his boy, you know what, which I think is in reference to the allegations against Stefon Diggs that have been floating around recently about him allegedly essaying a man. So I think that that's related to that. She also says ABCDEFG surgery to look like me, tell the rat and tell Jay-Z, Rico fraud and perjury. Here are some more tweets. In this image, she obviously like photoshopped Barney's body and face to like an actual image of Cardi B on the red carpet. In this one, she says raw dogging pregnant with the 4th baby, Barney B, BV, like bacterial vaginosis, HPV, allegedly. Nicki continues, she says ABCDEFG fallen off the charts with a big belly, running trains, barefoot, still smelly, still you could not outsell me. And she even tweets out ABCDEFG lied and said mom was Trini, obviously implying that Cardi B has lied about her mom being from Trinidad. Now, Cardi B was not one to hold back. She tweeted this out and said, nah, because I was really baking ribs and making blondie brownies, and here come this bitch bothering me on a damn Monday. And then she posted this photo of Nicki Minaj's actual brother, his mugshot, in a pink wig. Now, if you did not know, Nicki Minaj's brother is in jail right now for essaying his 12-year-old stepdaughter. At the time of his conviction and sentencing in 2020, Nicki Minaj had written a letter to the judge saying that her brother was patient, gentle, genuine. She also said that the allegations were false, and he was still sentenced to 25 years to life. Oh, and it's been reported that allegedly Nicki Minaj also paid for all of his legal fees throughout the entire trial. Anyway, let's continue. Cardi B says ABCDEFG, your man has to snatch, you know what? She tweets out a lyric from her song Magnet that says, tastes like honeycomb, and then she says, your bro be touching 12-year-olds. She also tweets out, damn, she was streaming Magnet hard as hell, huh? Now Cardi B continues, she says, you must have missed me, huh, crazy? Now kiss my feet. She says, nothing more annoying than a bored bitch. And then she says, the power I have, make these bitches come out of rehab every time. Go to your fucking room. Now Nicki Minaj has been on a hiatus from social media for the last month, maybe like month and a half. She hasn't posted anything. This is the first time she comes back to social media in all these weeks. So I think Cardi's insinuating here that she's been away at rehab. And she also says, white powdery substance Barbie. Now, Cardi B continues and says, why do you keep bringing up my album? It's not the gag that you think it is. You've been in the game like 16 years. You need to compare yourself to your peers that started around your time. Rihanna, Taylor Swift, Drake, those are the numbers you need to be competing with, and you can't because you're doing lower than all of them. I was in high school when you came out. What the fuck is you comparing yourself to me for? Then Cardi B ends it. She says, all right, now this is the 3rd tweet talking about my pregnancy. Like you wasn't going to different fertility doctors because you couldn't reproduce from all them perks scrambling your eggs. Not allegedly. Lord protect my babies. And that is just wild. I also wonder, how the fuck does Cardi B have everyone's tea like this? Because she was just talking about JT having abortions. Like, how does she have everybody's tea? Now, Nicki did leave a couple tweets up, and this is one of them. It's a photo of an eagle. Now, what I gathered from some of the responses is that she's kind of hitting back at Cardi B. Her album cover is like her with a bunch of crows. And according to some of these responses, eagles and crows have a very like sort of interesting dynamic where crows will try to defend their territory and provoke reactions from eagles by jumping on their back and like pecking at their neck, and instead of fighting back, the eagle will often just like soar higher into the sky, like they'll fly higher, which causes the crow to fall off. Also, I think Nicki is implying that there's a little bit of a hierarchy here. We know eagles are super powerful, deadly predators, and crows are scavengers. They're a little bit more opportunistic, and they'll eat out of a garbage can if they have to. And this was another tweet that she left up. This was a repost from someone else where she says, despite false reports, Nicki Minaj is the only female rapper to have an album cross 200,000 units first week this decade.
And then Wednesday happens.
Now, earlier today, after everything that went on with Cardi B overnight, Nicki actually got back on Twitter and asked the Barbs to stop tweeting in honor of her son's birthday, because if you didn't know, today is her son's birthday. Nicki Minaj tweets out, "Is I'm the Barney B, and the flop is I'm lying about fertility when the queen has never once seen or spoken to a fertility doctor in her life. Is I'm the one sleeping with Trade while hubby's fucking Sweetie and taking my big gooey hole for alimony." Let's continue. "Is I'm going to be sued when the queen shows her medical records to the courts? On Rock Bottom Nation, we win again. Desiree, I have your medical records too. The lawyer said we're going to have Barney B homeless within 36 months. Praise God. Lucky we eating cake right now. Barney B, I know you don't know this, but some women plan their pregnancies, you dirty Heineken pussy twat." We don't let men fuck us while we're pregnant for the next Trade who got 4 other people pregnant. You see, the devil has come to collect. You sold your soul. You made a pact, but you lost. Now hear this. You have been neutralized in the mighty name of Jesus. Every word you speak on me or mine will now curse your enablers more than your dizzy brain could ever fathom. I was pregnant for my first love, got married, and the next year got pregnant for my soulmate on purpose. You see, Barney, we planned it. Your medical records in the strip club to now look embarrassing, and your father, well, anyway. You are about to shrivel up and die inside. You called black women monkeys and roaches. Now one day people will call your daughters monkeys and roaches. Anyway, I used double the protection in every relationship until I was ready. See the difference between a hoe and the queen. Lord, I had to read that tweet like 3 times to really just let it all sink in. Nicki also tweets out, "Barney B, tell them how you've been getting seizures from the knot. Oh, bitch, tomorrow." Now, the knot that Nicki is talking about is the knot from the Harper's Bazaar incident, which, if y'all remember, was the time that Cardi B threw the shoe at Nicki Minaj and was trying to get at her for speaking about her children. Nicki was surrounded by her team and by security, and so in the scuffle of everything, Cardi B ended up walking out with this knot. Now, the oh bitch tomorrow part, I'm assuming Nicki's just going to drop more receipts or more information tomorrow. Now, Cardi B did not hold back. She said, "Girl, it's your son's birthday. Why are you on Twitter dedicating essays to me? For the love of God, go to Chuck E. Cheese." Then Cardi B tweets out a photo of the Harper's Bazaar incident and says, "When have I ever had a seizure? You're the one that went on that award show saying you didn't want to call 911 after you were shaking from that substance OD, talking about a knot. Miss, I'm standing right here." Then Cardi says, like, "Damn, how are you pressed over an album you didn't get hit in or mentioned in? Bitch, feelings hurt because I ain't paid her no attention. You haven't even cut your fucking kid's cake. My God, it's 6 o'clock in LA. You must have took your first line of the day." Cardi B hits back again and says, "And let me tell you something. Let this be the last time you mention my kids before I spill the tea on yours while you're talking about ABCs. You're gonna leave me the fuck alone today, ho. I'm sick of you, bitch." Now, if y'all remember from the Nicki tweet, she also mentioned Cardi B's dad right here. And this is mainly about some screenshots that the Barbs have been spreading, especially today, about Cardi B's dad, where they're saying that he's a convicted R-worder. Now, granted, there is someone on record by the name Carlos Almanzar who is a convicted offender. However, if you're Hispanic, the last name Almanzar is very common, and so is the name Carlos. It could be anybody. Plus, it says that he was released from jail in 1993 after being convicted, and Cardi B was born in 1992, so it's been proven false. Anyway, Cardi B in response to that says, "Wait, bring that ass here. You're talking about my father. My father's never been to jail a day in his life. Go get a detective and tell them to run them records. Don't put them dirty ass allegations from your bloodline on mine. Your daddy was a crackhead and your brother was R-wording his stepchild. You got medical records on me? Post them, bitch. You won't leave me the fuck alone today." All right, so last night, Nicki continues. She tweets out Barney B and Culture Vulture. That's the first tweet down there. Now, y'all know that Culture is Cardi B's oldest daughter. She also tweets out this photo and says, "Not today." And then she comes for Culture again. She says, "Culture Vulture, you ugly too." Now, Culture is 7 years old. That's fucked up. And look, I'm not trying to say Cardi B didn't come for Papa Bear either, because she did. We're going to see that in the next few tweets. But Nicki started it. She started it first, and this child is 7 years old. That's going to live on the internet forever. Nicki continues. She says, "Do something. We in New York, heavy on it." She says, "Album flopped, never won in a fight, outrank you in your own gang, shut the fuck up, come fight. Sympathy baby couldn't pull 228,000, abort mission." And so she's implying that Cardi B got pregnant as a way to promote her album. I think it's funny because people also say that Cardi B gets pregnant as a way to not work and not drop an album, so which one is it? She then continues talking about Cardi B's leaked audio, the one of the phone call between her and Ice Spice's manager, where she's threatening to beat up Ice Spice. She's alleging that Cardi B is the one that leaked it. And I know I still owe y'all the breakdown of that video, so we're gonna talk about it after this one. Then she continues, culture a vulture and her mama a crow. So stupid not to see once Wendy ate that crow what happened. They played you to do that hex to yourself, you flop ass heavy tongue hoe. And what she's talking about is in 2014, Wendy Williams did actually eat like crow gumbo on her show. This was live, and this was because she bet that Kim and Kanye would not last past 72 days. So basically, she's just implying that after Wendy Williams ate this crow, she cursed herself and her life went downhill. We know that for the last few years, Wendy Williams has been struggling with her physical and mental health. And so she's saying that Cardi B's doing the same thing. Nicki continues, she calls her Cokie B. She says, please don't sniff a white powdery substance with baby 4/5. Nicki continues, she says, culture, you a roach and a monkey like your sister. She says, Barney dangerous, bodega Barney, what up? Your sister can get that chest caved in if you pregnant with another monkey or roach right now for entertainment purposes only. So she's just saying, if Cardi can't fight because she's pregnant, then surely Hennessy can fight on her behalf. Then she starts talking about Roc Nation again, and she's telling them, I promise you, tell that dizzy hoe to stand down. I promise you. She says, wear the roach spray. I'ma spray it in that bitch disease-riddled mouth. Bunch of different rum stains on the new roach for entertainment purposes only. Nicki Minaj comes for Jay-Z again. She says, Jay-Z, take off that fucking lace front. This tweet is actually hilarious. But then again, completely irrelevant. And then up here she says Barney and Bailey, and she's talking about like Cardi B and Hennessy, but she's calling Hennessy Bailey's. Nicki then drops a hot, spicy tweet. She says, Barney B had the whole label fly out to Cali to beg me to do a joint tour and album with her. I don't want to have to drop that recorded call. Then she says, that's why all the sabotage on my tour. So she's alleging that people were sabotaging her tour because she didn't want to do a joint album and a tour with Cardi B. She says, drop the receipts, dumb bitch. You costing them millions with your $4 album and $5 coupon. I'm not sure what this tweet was that she like quote retweeted, but she quote retweeted it and then added, she's so stupid. Find me, bitch. Remember y'all called the cops on us last time. Made them tell us we had to leave New York because you and your man was afraid for y'all's lives. Nah, ho. Drop the receipts, Barney B. You'll be eating out of the garbage cans of the Bronx in the name of Jesus soon. And again, right here, she is referring to when Kenneth Petty went on Instagram to threaten Offset publicly, and then he was rearrested and he had to go on house arrest. She's alleging that Cardi and Offset were the ones to call the police on them, and Cardi and Offset have always said that they never called the cops on them. Nicki also tweeted out this AI-generated image of Jay-Z in a pink wig, and ever since Bigfoot, like, Nicki's AI bots clocked in and they never clocked back out because she uses AI images all the time. Well, let's talk about Cardi's responses. She says, bitch, you wish you could call my daughter ugly. Culture is beautiful. You know that. Your hate is so deep, dark, and nasty because your son is nonverbal because you fucked him up with them substances, so you jealous of everybody's kids and their happiness. Bitch, where the fuck you at? Stop talking. Then she says, trying to call me out to fight because I'm pregnant as fuck. You never have that energy when I see you in person. I seen you at 2 Met Galas and you never have that energy, but where the fuck you at? She says, my people are outside right now. Where the fuck y'all at? And then in this tweet, she goes real Dear Adonis on Papa Bear. She says, Papa Bear, I'm sorry you can't speak and banging spoons because your mom couldn't put the substances down. I'm sorry your mom's not even paying attention to you on your own birthday because she's such a obsessed and dark-spirited hating hoe. I'm so sorry. Cardi B also says, drop the addy right now and don't go tagging the feds and the police like you did 3 months ago. Cardi continues. She says, you said fuck vulture. What? Bitch, fuck that slow-ass son that came out of your... You was wishing so much negativity on me while I was pregnant, and look at your karma. Look what your rotten produced. Now he's a whole 5-year-old tippy-toeing around the house and can't spell his name. Yikes. Cardi continues. She says, you lying funky feet, bitch. Nobody called the cops on you. Your dumbass bum-ass man went online talking shit and doing threats while he was on probation, dummy. You was talking tough, and now you talking about find us. Drop the addy, you fake tough bitch. It continues. Cardi B says, bitch, you want to talk about $4.99? You sold both your albums for $5, you dumb hoe. You was even selling poster and keychain bundles for your Queen album, you fucking dummy. And you know I never been a bitch to cop please. That was your friend Nitty hitting up Tubby to go on a fucking joint tour after he got out of jail. I never got on a phone call with none of y'all asses. Bitch, you wish. And look how you be talking about Roc Nation, you ungrateful bitch, when they let you offer 3 months of title just so they could buy your album. And so she includes screenshots of Nicki's albums directly from her website that show the albums being sold for $5, as well as an article that says that she's selling a $5 bundle that includes a poster, the album, and a free Tidal trial, which, if you know, Tidal is like a Jay-Z streaming service. Cardi continues. She says, bitch, you've been having rum stains in your mouth since you was a minor because your daddy used to be inappropriate with you, bitch. Tell the world that's why you wake up so fucking miserable, because you hurt and full of trauma and trying to apply it to everybody else. And why the fuck you keep bringing up Roc Nation? I'm not signed to them, you delusional, paranoid, white powdery substance sniffing bitch. And finally, Cardi B says, but stop all this talking. Where you at? You said you was gonna cave my sister's chest in. We're checking our DMs and ain't seen it yet. Everybody up and waiting. Drop the addy right now, ho. And since then, Nicki outright stopped responding. I feel like at this point, they're just playing this crazy game of tug of war where Nicki Minaj is like baiting Cardi into going on these like explosive rants and into reacting this way. And then when Cardi B's like, okay, drop the addy, where are you? Nicki just stops responding, which is what she did the night before as well. Anyway, this shit is wild. At this point, I need y'all to postpone the beef until Cardi B gives birth, and then y'all could duke it out in person, and that's it. We can get to the end of it.
And then comes Thursday.
Y'all, we finally reached the last installment of this beef. It's finally ended, I think. So here's how I started today. Nicki Minaj tweets back out, "Dear Culture Vulture, y'all remember last night Cardi B came for Papa Bear and said, 'Dear Papa Bear, I'm sorry your mom scrambled her eggs using substances and that's why you can't talk and you tiptoeing around the house.' Anyway, Nicki Minaj comes back and says, 'Dear Culture Vulture, your mom is pregnant with another monkey to add to her litter. The gag is that she was jealous of a little baby boy simply because his hair was longer than all 4 of you bald monkeys put together.'" Like, girl, who gives a fuck about your baby's hair? Who gives, except for you, who gives a fuck about that little boy's hair? Who gives a fuck about the fact that it's long? Then she tweets out Trump face ass, which there's a video of Cardi B at the Kamala Harris campaign where she's doing a speech, she's reading off her phone, and she says Trump, and it sounds a little bit like Trump. And then she tweets out, "I'ma kick your gums back into formation." Now, is she talking about Culture? Is she talking about Cardi B? Y'all know Cardi B had her teeth done. We do not know, but it seems like it could be towards Culture. That is how Cardi B took it. And even though the barbs were saying that this was actually geared towards Cardi, not Culture, Nicki's tweets later on directly reference Culture's gums, so it doesn't seem like it was. But anyway, let's continue. Nicki then continues, "We will boycott every company attached to her just like we did with BET. Every company that enabled her disgusting remarks about children and other marginalized groups for years. You have 3 days to cut ties. That is it. That is all. Enjoy your day. We have the receipts." Now, you know what this is giving? This isn't even giving jealousy. It's giving envy. Cardi B has had a crazy rollout with her album. She's had a ton of sponsorships. It's giving envy. Nicki Minaj goes really far and she retweets this photo of Culture. Again, she's referencing her gums, her teeth. It's weird. Like, it's just giving, you are fucking weird. This is a 7-year-old. And the crazy thing is, kids' teeth looking like this is so normal. I have a 9-year-old. My daughter's teeth look just like this up until she was like 8.5. Like, this is so normal. This is another reference towards Culture. This person tweeted out this photo and says, "Culture, come get your chain." And Nicki Minaj quote retweets it and then corrects it to "Culture, gum get your chain." She continues ranting. There's a bunch of other tweets of her saying that people are jealous of her and her husband. Girl, that man is on the registry. Don't nobody want that man. Nicki continues. She says, "Fucking a DL man raw." She's talking about the allegations against Stefan Diggs and got pregnant with another monkey. You said, "Oh, well, he all our baby daddies now. Your husband said he never liked you. You're on yuck. Hubby told P years ago how ugly you look, always swollen and botched in the face from surgery. So guess what? Zoo," that's what she calls Kenneth, "take my money. Yes, Zaddy. Ow, it's both our money now, Zaddy." This bitch is weird. Nicki continues tweeting, and y'all, I don't know how y'all can continue to defend this lady because she is so unhinged. She continues to defend her brother in this tweet below. And y'all, I talked about this in earlier videos. He was given 25 to life. He essayed his stepdaughter. It was proven in court. His word that rhymes with rum was found in her underwear. And Nicki's gonna go on Twitter and say, "They checked his home and found nothing. They told me they'd make the case go away for 20 million. Now, Cardi's responses are exactly what you'd expect. She starts off by saying, "Here you go, starting again, nice and early, you sick, pathetic, loser, ass, demonic, insane bitch." That's a mouthful. "I said it back in 2018 and nobody believed me that you've been talking about my child since I was pregnant." She was. "You've been jealous of my child. I have never mentioned or talked about your fucking kid. It's one thing to be jealous of me, but to be jealous of my kids is insane. You're jealous of my kids because they're beautiful and fucking smart, and that's why God punished you with having a slow-ass kid. You hate your child because you wish you could brag on him and his milestones, but the only thing you can brag on him is his hair, you fucking dummy." Then she said, "You said you're gonna kick my child's gums back. Didn't you say you was in New York? This is past words now. Where the fuck you at? Because today's gonna be the day I go to jail." Somebody actually quote retweeted this and was like, "Now hold on now. I already bought my tickets to the tour," which, same. Now, Cardi B sends Nicki a pretty classy sort of final response, even though this wasn't her last tweet to her, but she says, "Dear Onika Tanya Mirage, this is my last time responding to you because this is past Twitter now. I gotta see you, but first I'm gonna tell you your truth. You said it out your own mouth that the little girl in you hasn't forgiven your mother yet, and that's because your mom used to stay silent when your dad used to touch on you every time he did the pipe. I know you experienced a lot of trauma and abuse, but substances is not going to help you. You need to go to therapy now. Your husband is not stopping you from your actions because he lets you do substances all day to numb you so he can max out your credit card. Yeah, you think I don't know? Them people from Queens that you be letting in your house, every time you kick them out, be coming and spilling your tea in the hood. But I'm going to be the realest person ever to tell you, you need to get help. You need to heal that trauma. You always coming at people every time you see them happy because you got so much trauma and pain that you want to put on others. Your fans are going to gas you up while you literally lose your goddamn mind. You don't have no friends, no family, just that man in your house that lets you do substances till you pass out so he can spend your money and buy the hood chains. I'm not throwing away my career and my endorsements, going back and forth with words with a possessed substance addict. I'll see you when I see you." Then after some of the tweets that Nicki kept posting, Cardi B said, "I'm letting you know again, stop playing with my kid, bitch. You're just mad because your son's favorite color is 5. Get the fuck on, crackhead." Y'all seem to forget that Cardi B was a professional troll before she was a fucking rapper. And Cardi's last tweet to Nicki says, "Quiet is kept. The truth is you've been diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar for almost 9 years, and you're also on heavy substances, white powdery substances, perks, and Xanax. You don't listen to nobody around you. The only person that has the power is Kenneth Petty, but you know what happens with that Amex when you're sedated." And listen, we've already been known that Nicki Minaj was so paranoid, and you know, her rant almost seems like she's going on these like manic episodes. For her to give it a name and say you've been diagnosed with that for 9 years, it's like a full circle moment.
Thank God for Friday.
It was quiet on the Friday.
I think because she let Taylor Swift have her day.
She let a white artist have her day to only get ignored.
But that's also like her people. Like you should be beefing with Taylor Swift,
But won't.
right? But won't show up.
But go and post a picture of Cardi with a knot on her head like you did that. Like you weren't trying to stand behind your 6'5" damn bodyguard looking like you was blending in with the goddamn wallpaper. Girl, cut it out.
The thing that really threw me and really disgusted me was when the kids became involved and she became like just fixated on culture and that baby's looks and things like that. I'm just like, come on now.
Come on, man.
That's where you lost me.
That was really disgusting. And even to this day, like, I really wish that I could take back that moment in particular. It's really low down and dirty to talk about anybody's children, any kid at all. It's low down, dirty, and it's not okay and it's not cool. Onika, like Nicki Minaj, I see that trait in her. So that's fine. But when Cardi B reacted, I will say honestly, as a woman, that was a little low, right? I feel like...
I mean, where do you expect her to go?
I know,
after
right?
she done talked about her child.
I know, right? And that's a tough situation because, like, you have to protect your children at all costs. Like, as a mom, I've learned one thing. You got to protect these little things right here. And you think in your head, how could I protect my children? You saying something back about her child after she said something about your child, you're not protecting your children, the ones that are born and the ones that are unborn. You're not protecting your peace. But I know it's Cardi B, right? So, like, being realistic.
No, but kid, where do you... If somebody said, call all your kids monkeys and said you are pregnant with a monkey...
Yes, right?
You're going to just be like, I'm going to go high.
I'm going to go talk to my husband about it, but I'm not going to go put it on Twitter because it doesn't look good. As a black community, we got to hold each other accountable, right? Especially how we look on social media. This week, like we said, a lot of things happened, right, this week. This week, we had the government shutdown. We had protests going on. We also had Nicki Minaj and Cardi B calling each other's kids ugly back and forth on the internet. That's crazy to me. Like,
Cardi didn't call the baby ugly.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, these are insults. They're insulting each other's children on social media, and it's like, it didn't have to get that low. I was excited for, like, a rap beef because that is what hip-hop is. And maybe I was thinking too forward projecting of it. It just was really embarrassing as a black woman, as a mother, and as a hip-hop enthusiast to see those women go back and forth like that on Twitter. I can't even lie.
You absolutely right, Kia. It was... All right, hold on. We gonna be for real, and then I'm gonna give you the double-sided coin, okay? So, morally...
I don't agree.
Fuck that, nigga.
If you talk about my babies like that, the way that she came for that child, it's on, baby. I don't care.
Hold on.
This is beyond words.
I'm gonna kick your motherfucking ass.
This is another argument that I've seen erupt on social media, is that like, hey, Nicki's wrong. Cardi never should have followed up in the same manner. Morally, is it wrong? On paper, to talk about a child as an adult, is it wrong? Absolutely. However, but if you know that something ain't right with your child and you throwing stones from a glass house, you don't get to respond on what get thrown back at yours. I'm just saying.
Or get to dictate what happens.
If you don't get to dictate that. I'm from up north where, very much like Cardi, has said previously online, if you say something crazy to me, I'm going to talk about your dead homies, your dead mama, your dead, you know what I'm saying? It's disrespectful, yeah, but if you're coming at me disrespectfully, you don't get to respond. You don't get to tell me how I can respond. You don't get to tell me
you don't get to dictate how I come back.
And you don't get to dictate how I clap back. You're coming at my 7-year-old daughter. My how old is beautiful little Blossom? That little baby looked like a damn Christmas ham. She is beautiful. Girl, what the hell? What is wrong with you? You weird. Culture has mad style, mad just vibiness, just mad sassiness, just...
Listen, come here. Shut your stupid ass up.
Because, baby, cyberbullying a 7-year-old is not it. And I think what we're trying to look for is a moment to be or appear as some sort of a social or community leader of some sorts. Hey, by calling Cardi's children monkeys and roaches, I'm drawing attention back to when Cardi was referring to black women as monkeys and roaches. Girl, stop. Your entire argument falls completely on Helen Keller ears. Do y'all know who Helen Keller is? She was blind and deaf. Your argument falls down the absolute shitter, ma'am. Because the difference, you're talking to a 7-year-old child and her baby sister. I knew it was going to get medieval. When we started talking about people's kids, when names of kids started getting brought up and you know, ugly, this, that, and the third. No, Onika, what you said was ugly. Your behavior is ugly. You know, I knew it was going to get taken to a whole nother level that nobody would be able to get control of.
But not before tagging that ass, because Cardi's comebacks
were medieval.
Impeccable, baby.
What Future say?
Sensational.
Listen, I'm going to see you when I see you, because this is beyond everything that we got going on.
Every moment. I was a little nervous because she's pregnant. And, you know, when you're pregnant, your emotions are already high. You're already, you know, you just don't want to do anything to stress yourself out or the baby out. You know what I'm saying? So at first, it was like Cardi pay them in dust. But I know my girl.
That's not going to happen ever.
First of all, when Nicki was going back and forth with the A, B, C, D, E, F, G from Magnet.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. These bitches can't fuck with me. Pussy tastes like honeycomb. Talking on my money.
Just from listening to Am I the Drama album, I knew that was going to be a standout bar that people were kind of going to pick at. Because, yeah, it was elementary. But, so Nicki keeps picking and prodding at it, and people are laughing and all this other stuff, right? But where we got the excellent chef's kiss response from Cardi.
Cardi B says A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Your man has to snatch, you know what? She tweets out a lyric from her song Magnet that says, tastes like honeycomb. And then she says, your bro be touching 12-year-olds.
Oh, shit.
Cardi kept giving, do you really want this smoke? You do not want it. And it's just like, you know, Nicki is used to, you know, getting her way.
She used to people slobbing on the knob like corn on the cob.
You know what I'm saying? Even when she went at Megan, she would the she went off the deep end with that. And then come in with Cardi and she thought she was just going to say what she was going to say. You know, don't nobody like to see black on black crime in public either. But if you want to take it there and somebody else meet you where you at, because Cardi B done already told y'all, she gonna meet you where you at every time.
Michelle Obama always says, when they go low, we go high. Is that your philosophy?
No.
When they go low, I take it to hell where the lava is at. Michelle, I get the positivity, but sometimes you just got to take it to hell.
It don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? I was concerned for her too, and you know, getting too worked up because the way that Nicki was provoking her was crazy.
Hey,
but the way that she was smoking her ass every single time she came with something.
No, she said she mad because her son is tiptoeing around and his favorite color is 5.
Cut the cameras.
Follow them.
Oh, his favorite color. 5.
She gave Nicki a wet belt with that one. She was tagging her ass.
She got her fresh out the shower.
And Nicki kept going too. She kept just saying things, and it's just like it kept getting more ridiculous. But the way that Cardi was uppercutting her ass every time she responded.
When she said, "Dear Papa Perk."
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm sorry that your mommy haven't cut you a birthday cake in the past 3 days because she can't take my success or happiness. One day you're going to have to grow up, and I hope you understand when a girl says no, it means no, and you can overcome the pedophilia blood you inherited from your grandfather, father, and uncle. Please don't hate me when you grow up because your mommy rather give me some attention than she gives you. Hopefully, with somebody that really cares about her, puts her in rehab, and gets her the help that she needs, she could come out and read you a book.
Mind you, this is after Nicki did an open letter to Culture with a fake apology.
Dear Culture, the truth is, I did all this for a bigger purpose, and one day you'll understand. You're a cute child, and lots of kids have cute little funny looking gums before they've grown into all their features. One day you'll see this, so I have to say, I apologize. As a child of God and queen of my community who looked to me for integrity, you're an innocent child and you don't deserve any of this. One day your mother, aunt, and maybe many more will be brought to their knees for whatever they said and tried to do to my young prophet, beautiful boy. Take care, my darling. This isn't who I am.
Go to hell, go to hell, go to hell, go to hell. Father God, strike that demon back down to the gutters and utter pits of hell.
She is a complete devil from the pits of hell. I've never heard nobody talk like that in my life, but like Charlamagne said,
It really makes me think of Isaiah 5:20. Isaiah 5:20 says, "Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness, who put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter." Because if she believes that she comes off as a peaceful, loving, God-fearing human, she's bugging. Like, you can literally feel the darkness from her tweets.
you got some evil inside of you for nobody to like you in the industry, and that shit that you putting out there is so dirty and nasty. She's so scary. She gives me the creeps.
I ain't like how she kept bringing God into it. Like, stop saying the Lord's name in vain.
But why would the Lord bestow this message upon Onika Tanya Mirage, of all people, of the pedophilia mirages?
I'm not sure we even talking about the same Lord when she's saying God, Jesus. I don't even think that it's the one we all praise and worship, because she is a little saint, like a Satan. Like, these things are really nasty things that just come out of your mouth like that. That's nuts. You called a baby a monkey, a cockroach.
The post that got me from Cardi, that clapback.
Your husband is not stopping you from your actions because he lets you do substances all day to numb you so he can max out your credit card. Yeah, you think I don't know? Them people from Queens that you be letting in your house, every time you kick them out, be coming and spilling your tea in the hood.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, just take one look at this man. Remember when he was waiting for Offset, looking broke, looking very dusty, looking very goofy. He is the husband of your queen. Why is her husband in a back alleyway with a hoodie on, and he is her husband?
Hello?
What is not clocking to y'all? He looks like a Dusty.
He was a Dusty. Yeah. He was a Dusty.
You know, what did, Don't Call Me White Girl say?
Don't nobody gossip like a man. Oh, God, the more criminal the nigga, the better the gossip.
Especially a thug. The thuggier, the better. The juicier, the gossip. They're running back, telling Cardi everything that's going on allegedly in Nicki's home.
Speaking of the gossip, there are some people who are on Nicki Minaj's side with this.
Bitch, I don't give a fuck. Y'all know I'm a Nicki stan all the way through and through. I don't give a fuck. Nicki can never be wrong. In my book, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
If you not on Nicki's side between this whole beef, bitch, unfollow me now. I'm just letting y'all know, bitch, I'm choosing Nicki.
Like, let me make it something so simple and so plain for a lot of y'all. If this lady saw y'all out in a Brooklyn basement party, she wouldn't touch you with a wet napkin. Okay? So she don't like y'all for real. She not your friend for real. She just wants you to stream and buy her shit so she can go buy more drugs. Allegedly.
And on the other hand, you have a lot of people siding with Cardi B.
Cardi is the drama, but Cardi's drama is fueled by conflict, and a lot of times, not all the time, that she did not necessarily instigate. Or will she answer it?
This shit is so weird and so unprovoked. All she did was drop an album. And she said she didn't diss Nicki not one time. So why is she ranting and raving and talking bad about her kids as if Cardi went on there and dissed her on every song? And at this point, at her big age, it's embarrassing. Embarrassing. Because what the fuck are you doing? Fuck your legacy. Because that's dead and in the trash. Because now, all we see is your crack rants on Twitter.
Bitch, you're miserable. You're a fake bully.
It ain't Cardi. It's not Megan. It's not Ice Spice. It's not SZA. It's her fucking husband. If hurt people, if that quote was a person, it would be Onika. She gotta be the most miserable bitch I've ever seen in my life.
You act like you're 43. You act like you fucking 12. Always having a temper tantrum, falling out, rolling across the floor and shit. Grow up. Realize that sometimes shit ends. Find something else to do. You're Nicki fucking Minaj, yo. There's other things that you can fucking do outside of being on Twitter all day and gaslight other fucking female rappers when they are successful in their fucking careers. Fuck is wrong with you? The same energy that you putting in gaslighting other fucking people, bitch, put it into your fucking career if you want to revive that bitch. But guess what's gonna happen? You're not gonna revive that shit. You know why? Because your personality, your energy, your aura is ugly. You're gonna keep getting shit opportunities because you are a shitty ass person.
I even seen like in the comments a lot of Nicki fans were saying, "Oh, I can't believe she took it this far. This is something that I can't stand by or respect. I have children myself."
I thought I would never see the day that I unfollow Nicki Minaj on every single platform. And this is coming from somebody who was a Nicki fan, but this is just a little bit too much for me. She deserves no energy, and it saddens me because, you know, you claim that you're a queen, and you know, and everybody thinks that you're such a queen, or did, but you're just not acting like that. You're not displaying that type of energy, and I just don't fuck with that mean girl spirited shit. I just don't.
Nicki, you lost me. Bitch, how dare you write a note to Culture letting her know that her mother's having more monkeys? Are you dumb, bitch? Is you cool? Like, I'm trying to figure out why Twitter ain't blocked nothing yet. Like, what the fuck? I hope you lose endorsements. I'm sorry.
A lot of them are jumping shit. A lot of them have said, you know, they're good on her.
And I really could, you know, I commend those people too, because yeah, that probably was Nicki came up hot. Nicki was in that spot when it was time for female rappers to come back and hit the scene. She was that girl. She was the pioneer for that. So I understand a Nicki fan, but when you see these kind of behaviors and you see this character out of a person, just at its core, it's just uncomfortable for you to even say, I stand by this person. You get that a lot with like people that listen to R. Kelly and Chris Brown, all these people we want to cancel out. But it was like, dang, when we was growing up, they were kind of hot. I just can't condone somebody and give money to nobody or attention to nobody that's going to disrespect a little baby.
Ma'am, you 42 years old.
Culture in a whole beef, she don't even know it.
Blossom in a whole beef, she don't even know it.
The baby in her stomach in a whole beef, it ain't even here.
But do you know who is the blaring red flag in all of this? Offset. You a whole bitch ass motherfucker. Whether you with that lady or not, whether you still smashing that or not, whether that's your baby in there or not, those are your fucking kids. This bitch just called your two daughters, one of which who doesn't even know what the word ugly means, how to spell it, or what a Twitter is. And you on your struggle tour, miss me with the fucking videos. We don't care. It ain't like that for real. You're not gonna say nothing.
But realistically, real though, what would he have said though? Like realistically,
man to man, Kenneth Petty, get your bitch. Period. Get your bitch before it's open season. Like, I don't know. Like, be a man. She has a man. She over here talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce are copying her fucking poses with her fucking felon rapist fucking husband that don't nobody give no fuck about. But she's over here, want to talk about, girl, come on. This your queen?
She's your queen.
Goddamn. Headshot for the year. This your queen?
You don't need counseling. You need to hold hands and jump.
Give them what they asked for.
Ice.
Music for